Hello everyone, this is Hairy Nick.
And this is a less hairy Justin.
Righto, so we have some stuff on the channel we want to have a chat about today. Usually I do these videos without Justin because it's just easy to do it when we're not scheduled in for some recording, but we had a bit of free time together.
I was here.
That's right, yeah. So we're going to talk about a few things going on with the channel, and the first thing I want to mention is our schedule right now. Because right now things have been a lot tighter than they have been since before a few months ago.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's December right now. Second of all, you've got a new job.
That's right.
That's the main crux.
They're the key things. So
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure we hit all the main things, do the holiday buying guide, that kind of stuff. Ever since we stopped doing the Hangar Bay videos, that will come back sometime early next year, but we've been looking at other shows we can record, other things that we can have episodic versions of, and we actually have two things in the pipeline, which we'll talk about at the end of this video. But for the time being, yes, it is just simply too difficult to have the same kind of output we had halfway through the year, where we were doing around 3 or 4 videos a week. At this stage, I'm aiming to do about 2 a week. That's what I can do for the foreseeable future. Probably reassessing mid-January, seeing what my schedule's like. Basically, for those of you who don't know, I work in sales. I had a part-time job in sales. I want to be earning more money, so I have another casual job in sales, and now I'm working 2 jobs. And December is, of course, December. I have no time off. This is an industry that does not take time off over the Christmas break, and
Just
that's
quickly on that. Be nice to the salespeople.
Oh, yes. If you, obviously we all have to deal with salesmen during Christmas or whatever holiday period and present buying experience that you have. Just be cool. Not just to salesmen, but also service people as well, because you're out in shopping centres doing all your shopping and getting coffees and lunch and whatever. Just be cool. We're all really stressed at this point in time. I'm one of those weird salesmen that genuinely loves having this amount of work. As long as people are cool. When people are crappy, yeah, that ruins my day, but generally people are quite cool. But yeah, if I can encourage just one person to be just a tad cooler, I think this video will be well worth it.
I agree.
But in terms of what that means from the channel, yes, just for the time being, we're going to dial back the amount of videos we're making, aiming for 2 a week. Regrettably, sometimes it has been 1 a week over the past month, but we'll see what we can do and just achieve the best for the time being. It's not a permanent thing. We're here for the long haul. We don't want to just sort of trickle it down to nothing. Which brings me to my next point, Patreon support. Whenever something like this happens to the channel, whenever it affects the amount of output you or I has, particularly me because I also edit and put the videos out, I do feel the need to bring this up because, hey, you guys are supporting me monetarily. Even for those of you who just watch on YouTube, the ad revenue does affect that somewhat. But more than anything, yeah, it's a tiny amount compared to the amount we make on Patreon. So I just want to have full disclosure. Yes, that's the kind of thing going on right now. If you feel like, hey, you're putting out less, I don't think I should be supporting monetarily, that's your prerogative. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I actually did get a message from one of my patrons on my Discord saying that. Look, I don't feel like you're putting out enough, so I'm not going to be supporting you. But that's fine. Cool. I have no issues with it. I'm not going to name names or anything. It's all your prerogative. I have no expectations when it comes to the Patreon. I just want to encourage people who have thought about supporting the Patreon. Try not to think of it like a business transaction because it's not good value. Let's be frank. $5 towards me versus $10 towards Netflix. You don't really see that value if you sort of make those comparisons. It's just something there to help support the channel if you feel like you're able to do that comfortably. I never want anyone to support us beyond their means. That's not a good thing. I would much prefer 100 people give us $1 a month versus 5 people giving us $20 a month. It's just those constant small amounts which are the key thing, and end of the day, $1 a month is not going to break the bank for anyone. At least it shouldn't. I really hope it doesn't anyway. It's just that small little donations, and at the end of the day, there is no amount of YouTube ad interaction that you could be doing that's going to generate $1 of income off the YouTube ad revenue. It's not going to happen. You could watch every single video 10 times. It's not going to generate that kind of thing. It's just... yeah, that's just the way it is. So with all of that in mind, let's actually have a chat about what's going on with YouTube right now, because it's a little bit scary at the moment.
Yeah. Come January 1st, COPPA,
whatever.
is happening.
That's it. COPPA, the Children Online Privacy Protection Act, which was introduced back in the 90s and was amended 2013 to include constant online trackers like cookies and everything that relates to the way people interact online. Essentially the metadata for children interacting on YouTube. It's something that companies by law should not be tracking because kids, people under the age of 13 cannot legally consent to having their data collected. They cannot sign EULAs or whatever they are. And that's just the way it is. And because Google have been a bit naughty with the way they've been conducting their business over the past few years.
Just blatant.
Yeah, I know. I'm being politically correct. Justin's being a bit grumpier about it. Basically, the FCA is the law body that takes care of consumer laws in America has stepped in and said, no, this is not on. You have basically not been doing your job, so we're going to step in and start directly intervening, fining YouTuber content creators, which sucks because basically Google have not done the right thing. Not only did they not adhere to these laws, they actively used the fact that they are collecting data from children as a way to sell stuff to advertisers, which is frankly disgusting. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm on Google's side here. They are 100% to blame. I have no ill will towards lawmakers. I look at COPPA, I look at what it's designed to do, and I say, yep, that's fair enough. That is a good set of laws. I have no issue with that whatsoever.
As a father, I'm looking at going, yes, this is good. This is what we want.
Absolutely. The problem is it's really designed to step in when industries are not regulating themselves enough. With things like video games, we're recently seeing like a lot of debate going on, particularly in like the US lawmakers, but also in Europe as well, to do with loot boxes because of gambling towards children and that kind of disgusting things. Because those industries are not properly regulating themselves. It's the same thing happening right now with YouTube because Google not only flouted those laws, but they have frankly abused them to the point where they were benefiting from them.
Well, and that's why they got fined millions of dollars.
Indeed, as they should.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this which disappoints me. It's just the fact that Google is not only, completely to blame here, but not really helping us either.
No.
Basically, when these things were coming into effect and they realised, YouTube was going to be affected, what they did was go, okay, well, you must be over 13 years old, or sorry, rather 13 or above. That is the legal definition. 13 or above, must have a 1-3 at the start of your age, to have a YouTube account. That's not good enough. Because children are still able to access YouTube. You don't have to have a YouTube account. You could be watching under your parents' supervision. Unfortunately, that's not clear-cut consent either, because the laws are a bit hazy at the moment, and there's just a lot of problems surrounding this. And basically what it means for us creators is we have to declare whether our content is for kids or not for kids, which sounds fine. We could just say they're not for kids, but if it is decided that we are lying, we could get fined.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing.
And that's a $4,000 US...
$40,000 US fine.
That's right.
That's the maximum penalty that we could get per video. It's an absurd amount of money for somebody who, we make... I'll tell you, we make about $350 Patreon and advertising combined. That's about our monthly income on this channel. That's Australian, by the way. So that's like $250, $300 US, something like that.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. So exchange rates are bad, so whatever. So it's a very, very concerning thing for us because the guidelines that YouTube and the FTC have sort of put down to determine whether something is for kids or not for kids is a bit vague.
It is grey.
Now, I will say having the laws be grey is good and bad. It's good because it means people can't abuse it and work around the system because there is a grey area that the lawmakers can use to prosecute those people. It's bad because people like me, who any reasonable person watching this, if I analyse the kind of work I do, and I'm guessing like 99% of you watching it would say, no, this is not for kids. We are, however, talking about small plastic spaceships. Like, I cannot lie that there might be a lawmaker out there who would interpret that as potentially kids' content.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
And that's, the main problem that we've got right now. We
That's
look
it.
at this and go, How?
That's it. After all the information we've looked at, several very talented YouTubers have made very good in-depth analysis of this. In fact, in the corner, I'll be just putting cards of all these different videos that you guys should be watching if you want to learn more.
I think there's about 3 of them that are fairly good right now.
Yeah,
that I've at least watched. Yeah.
The best one I've seen is from Legal Eagle, who is basically a lawyer who has his own YouTube channel. He analyzes movies and that kind of stuff. Big shout out to that channel. But yeah, he made a great video just breaking all of this down. And after all of this information, absorbing as much as I possibly can, I'm not confident.
No.
I am not completely satisfied that we are, in the eyes of others, completely in the right. And that's just scary. I don't make content for kids. I just don't do it. I don't make content that is specifically not for kids. I have no problem if they watch my kind of content. I don't know if they do. Whatever. That's their prerogative. But I don't think reasonably you could make that statement.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. This is a bit dire, guys.
Yeah, because the thing is, if we say that we are for kids, there is no more ad revenue from YouTube.
Which honestly is not a bad thing.
No.
But we're not. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And if we're deemed to be, misleading in that way, and we say, no, actually you are for kids, then hey, we could cop a massive fine. Now, the ultimate solution to this, and I'm seeing a lot of other YouTubers talk about this, a lot of other much bigger YouTubers than us say, okay, we're just going to wholesale demonetize our channel. And at this point, unless we get better clarification from the FTC or Google about what ways we can clearly delineate between kids content and not kid content, it's pretty much what I'm going to have to do, which is fine. We don't make much off YouTube anyway. It's more to do with Patreon. Unfortunately, demonetizing a channel can affect its visibility, so our views could just plummet overnight if we do that. But it might be the safest thing for me to do.
It's catch-22.
That's it. It's a bit of a scary time. And look, ultimately, I think the reasonable level-headed response is, look, we're probably fine. It's that probably that I'm not satisfied with.
Even if you're 99.9% certain, that 0.1%, $40,000 is a lot of money. It's $40,000 US.
That's it. If this channel cops 10% of that, a $4,000 fine, that makes it untenable. Like a best case scenario fine, which is... It's absurd to think about this. That's the bottom line I want to make. This is a way for us to sort of get ourselves out there, try and make a bit of a living off this, amongst other jobs. If we can make a full-time living off this, it'd be fantastic. Yeah. But no job should come with this kind of jeopardy. It is absurd and entirely the fault of other people, other entities, I don't know, Google people, whatever. The
FCC guy basically says it's going to be shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, that is a quote from an FTC lawmaker,
which is and you don't want to hear that.
YouTube is the barrel, and the content creators are the fish.
Yeah, and you go, I don't want to be in that.
No, now. It's the bigger channels that probably should be worrying more than us. I say probably, again, it's not good enough for my own satisfaction. I do seriously worry about channels like, PewDiePie, Markiplier, Ashens or Nerdcube, who do like toy reviews and stuff like that. It's a bit dark, that unfortunately. There's no two ways about this. Ultimately, this could be another speed bump for YouTube. This could be the thing that finally breaks YouTube and basically makes the platform untenable. There are two ways you could look at this. You could say, YouTube have weathered several things like this before and been fine. And I suppose that's a good thing. Honestly, in my heart, I want this to destroy YouTube. I want YouTube to fail so something else can come along and do better. Because I am, frankly... no joke, disgusted by what Google has done here. It is entirely their fault, and it's so frustrating. Like, the little guy just can't do anything about it.
No.
That's just it. Okay, let's put that all to one side for now. New content. Let's talk about something a bit more positive to end off this video. We've got a couple more things in the works, a couple of new series coming along. We're going to be doing a retrospective on some classic X-Wing lists. I feel like at this point in the game, we have actual history.
Well, we've got all of first edition, basically.
That's it. And it's something that we don't talk about anymore. So I actually wanted to make a point about talking about some classic lists, like what it did in some of the old tournaments. and relate it all back to game design, because that's my main love when discussing X-Wing. That is my whole thing. So looking forward to that. I've already recorded the first episode of that, and also recorded our first episode of a new show called The Misfits Academy.
Yeah, now this is going to be about specific pilots.
It's kind of like the Junkyard, talking about pilots that just aren't doing so well, and taking a look at them again from the point of view of game design, but also how they are being used and how they're not quite doing what they should be doing. I'll tell you right now, our first episodes of the retrospective list from first edition is going to be on PAL bases, and the first episode of the Misfits Academy is going to be on Turf and Ear. But down in the comment section below, let us know what you'd like us to talk about, so we can better inform our next few episodes on those.
It'll make our job a little bit easier.
At the end of the day, we're making this content for you guys, so that's just it. And hopefully come January 1st, this is all still good and all tenable, that kind of stuff. I can make no promises right now. It's a bit of a dire situation. But in the meantime, thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. The Patreon details down below if you want to help support that. It means a whole heap. We'll catch you all in the next video.
Bye.